Hello there guys, welcome back to Blues Fans TV for finally the first Premier League match preview of the season as the new season, even for Chelsea, now finally gets underway. Of course, other teams have already been playing this weekend, but finally it's Chelsea's turn. And honestly guys, I cannot bloody wait. So many new signings, so excited for the new season, even though we should probably hold our excitement in a little bit for the first few weeks, simply because things will take a little bit of time. But I just can't help it. I'm so bloody excited, and I hope all of you are as well. And if you are, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. We're still on the long road to 200,000 subscribers, so every single new subscriber counts. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on this video if you do enjoy our content, and if you're excited for the new season ahead. And of course, leave me your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comment section below. But enough waffling, let's just get into the video. And what a time it is to be a Chelsea fan. 6 signings already this summer, 1 more about to happen. Edouard Mendy, and according to reliable reports, even after signing Mendy, we won't be done yet and probably go after Declan Rice. Whether that will then end up happening or not, we'll have to wait and see. But at least we'll try, apparently anyway. At least we'll bloody try. But like I said in the intro already, we can't be overexcited either. Let's stay realistic. Pre-season was basically non-existent for Chelsea because of playing the FA Cup final and playing against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. We basically didn't have pre-season with that international break in between as well. And to build so many new players into a team just takes time. Plus, we have a lot of players missing for this game as well. And to talk through those, Kovacic is suspended because of that ridiculous sending off in the FA Cup, so he will miss the Brighton game. Thiago Silva only just started training with the team this weekend, and according to Lampard last Thursday in his press conference, is unlikely to be in contention for the game. Although I wouldn't personally actually be totally surprised if Thiago Silva made the bench in the end, just to get to know everyone and everything a little bit quicker. Ben Chilwell, of course, is still out with that heel injury picked up at Leicester, but he is making good progress apparently and should be back fairly soon. And then lastly, and probably most disappointingly, Hakim Ziyech will also miss the game after twisting his knee in the friendly against Brighton 2 weeks ago. And, he won't be out for super long, but it's still going to be a few more weeks according to Lampard. To end this segment of team news, I guess, on a positive note though, at least Christian Pulisic is back from that hamstring injury he sustained in the cup final, completing full training for the first time on Wednesday. If you can hear the ambulance outside, I do apologise. I just live close to the hospital, can't really help it. Personally, I'm unsure whether Pulisic will be able to start the game, but I'm pretty sure he's at least ready to come off the bench. And with all of that said, let's get into the teams that I myself would field, and also the team that I'm expecting Frank Lampard to go with against Brighton and Hove Albion tomorrow evening. And to be honest guys, even though we have so many players missing, I don't think I've ever found it harder to know what Lampard is actually going to go with. I find it so bloody difficult, but at least I know the team that I myself would go with, even if I know a lot of people will actually disagree with me. Now for me, it is the 4-3-3 with 2 attacking number 8s. You guys saw that friendly against Brighton. Other than our goal, we basically had absolutely nothing going forward. And that was disappointing to see for me personally. Spaces weren't covered, not enough movement other than from Werner up front, and the passing in the final third was just way too slow. So for me, it is Kepa in goal, at least until Mendy signs. It should be Kepa over Caballero personally. The 2 centre-backs for me will be Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. Antonio Rudiger over Zuma simply because Zuma didn't play in our friendly, because I think he was in isolation. I'm not 100% sure. That was never fully confirmed. And he wasn't with the French national team either, while Antonio Rudiger started both games for Germany and also played the second half in our friendly, so should therefore be much fitter and sharper, so probably more ready for this game. But, if Frank Lampard thinks Zuma is ready, then, fine by me. I would prefer that, but I just don't think he is quite as ready as Rudiger is probably. At fullback is Reece James on the right and Marcos Alonso on the left for me personally. Although I wouldn't be mad at Azpilicueta starting at left back, even though, he played the second half in the friendly. He apparently only started full training on Wednesday like Pulisic. I don't really understand that, but I'd rather be safe than sorry with muscle injury. So I go with Reece James on the right and Marcos Alonso at left back. Then N'Golo Kante is of course my DM in my 4-3-3 with 2 attacking 8s. Kai Havertz then makes his debut and starts at the right central midfield spot, and hopefully starts with a good performance. And then Mason Mount, in my opinion, should be next to him as the left central midfielder. But like I said, I want both of them attacking. I want them to be attacking number 8s. On the ball, I want them to be left and right number 10s pretty much. Personally, I also have to say my heart says start Ruben, but my head simply has to say, he isn't confident enough at the moment. At least in the friendly against Brighton, he didn't look confident enough. So I probably have to pick Mason Mount over him, at least for the time being. And then coming to the front 3. Now, if Christian Pulisic is fit to start, of course he should and has to start. So that means the left wing for the American. Then Hudson-Odoi, in my opinion, has to be on the right if Ziyech isn't fit. And Timo Werner, the other new boy, the other new German, should be up front. If Pulisic isn't fit, even though I'm not the biggest fan of him on the wing, I'll start our new boy Timo Werner on the left, then Hudson-Odoi still on the right, but then Olivier Giroud up front, especially if Werner is on the wing. Giroud suits playing down the middle just more than Temi does, if you ask me, because of the link-up play. And Werner, even though he would be playing on the wing, would kind of be a very much so inside wide forward, whatever you want to call it. And I just think Giroud suits that striking position a bit better then. As well as Alonso's attacking makes more sense than having us be at left back as well, because Timo will come inside a lot if he does play or does start on the left wing. But then coming to the team that I predicted Frank Lampard to actually field, like I said, on this side, this is the team that I personally would go with. And now over here, you will see the team that I personally think Frank Lampard will pick, basically my predicted 11. And I'm expecting kind of the same 4-3-3 on the ball and 4-2-3-1 off the ball we saw in the friendly against Brighton. Even if it arguably didn't work so well, I'm still expecting Frank Lampard to pretty much go with that same system, same formation in this game, in the first Premier League game of the season as well. Still kept by goal. You have to expect that after he started the first half in the friendly with the better team in that game. And generally, I actually think it's going to be the same back four that I have in my team. Rudiger and Christensen with James and Alonso defending the flanks, for the exact same reasons that I explained for my team, why I think Zuma won't start. But maybe he will, and then I wouldn't be upset at all. Portraying it in a 4-2-3-1, like I said, on the ball more 4-3-3, off the ball more 4-2-3-1. I actually think Jorginho will get one of his only starts this season, if he even stays at the club during the remainder of the transfer window. But tomorrow he will still be available. So the Italian, next to N'Golo Kante, with N'Golo then pushing higher up the ball to make it that 4-3-3 on the ball, because that's just what we do. It's what we did against Brighton as well. So that's what I'm expecting to see pretty much. Plus then Kai Havertz as the number 10, making his debut also under Frank Lampard and not just in my, wishful team, I guess. Mason Mount, then I personally think will actually start on the right wing, maybe on the left, but Hudson-Odoi just on the other wing. And then Timo Werner starting up front as the striker is what I reckon Frank will do. If Pulisic isn't fit to start. If he is, I reckon he'll just replace Mason Mount and then swap wings with Hudson-Odoi, meaning Pulisic on the left, Hudson-Odoi on the right, and still Timo Werner up front. But actually, I wouldn't either be surprised at all if with the exact same 11, this is only without Pulisic, Frank actually uses Mount as the number 10, Werner on the left wing, Hudson-Odoi on the right wing, and then Kai Havertz as kind of the false 9 striker in the middle to link it all together. And that would it could be a swift change. Like we wouldn't necessarily have to make a substitution for that at all. With Pulisic maybe a little bit, but just one of them guys could play as a number 10. Whether it's Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic, one of them could move into the number 10 role. It would actually work for Werner to just move out left, Kai to play that false 9 position. Be very, very interesting in my opinion. It would be very cool to have that, such a completely different system basically, and not even have to change anything. And I would personally like it a lot if Frank actually tried doing that, depending on how the game goes. I would think it's quite cool, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Frank actually ends up doing. At the end of the day, I just want us to win the game. That's what matters. It's the first game of the season. I don't care whether we play particularly well. What matters is playing well. No, what matters is getting a win. Like I said earlier, we shouldn't and can't expect a completely different Chelsea compared to last season already. We'll have similar problems both in attack and in defence. The preseason, like I said, was non-existent. Most of the new signings won't be able to feature yet. So, we just have to expect it. Havertz and Werner might help, but Kai has only been here for a week, and Timo can't score if he doesn't receive the right service. But, hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully we'll be significantly better than last season. That'd be bloody brilliant. But what I want mostly is movement up front. Finally some movement up front. I want interchanging between the forward players, like I suggested with that, sometimes making Kai into the false 9, sometimes playing Timo up front. That'd be brilliant. I want quick passing. I want chances created, unlike in a friendly against Brighton. And then ideally we see goals because we have better finishers now. So I'm confident if we do create chances, we will actually score goals, which would be a significant difference compared to last season for the most part. The quick passing goes for the midfield as well, not just for the final third and for the forward players. But I especially want them to press well. The pressing will be so important. And also I want the defence to just use their brains. Please use your brains. No silly lunges. Don't give stupid free kicks and penalties away. We know how badly we struggle at defending set pieces, and that will just be the same now in this first game because, it's the same players. Thiago Silva isn't here yet. We don't have the new goalkeeper yet. Ben Chilwell isn't here yet. And there wasn't enough of pre-season for a new coach or Lampard to significantly work on set-piece defending. So you'd have to expect similar problems. So let's just not give silly set pieces away. But I do want our 2 new Germans to properly introduce themselves to the Premier League. I'm not going into it expecting a 10 out of 10 performance from them both. But if you boys could just scare the rest of the league by just being real good on this first day, That'd just be sick, boys. So please do that. That'd be massively appreciated. But, you know, let's not underestimate Brighton and Hove Albion either. Okay, with our better 11 in the friendly, we kind of kept them to doing absolutely nothing going forward in the first half of that friendly. But the worst team always learns more from friendlies than the better one, in my opinion. Meaning I expect them to be better and more dangerous than they were in that friendly. So we just have to be better as well. Not just going forward, but also defensively. You'd probably expect a similar 5-3-2 or 3-5-2 formation, whichever you want to call it, they used in the friendly. And they have some decent players. Trossard, Mopé, Solid March, Jahan Baksh. Not sure if I butchered his name, but Jahan Baksh I'm going to go with. Scored an overhead kick in that game against us last season on New Year's Day or whatever it was when it ended up in that 1-1 draw. And they have a good defence as well. Ben White, Lewis Dunk, Matty Ryan in goal is decent as well. So it's not an opponent to underestimate. It's a difficult game. For us, to be honest, I think it's probably an advantage that there's no fans because with our players missing and stuff and not really having a pre-season, I'm expecting this to be a very difficult game for us. And with fans there, it would arguably be even more tricky for us. You know, even though I'm still nervous, I have to admit I am still a little bit nervous. I'm expecting Chelsea to get the win. I think we will, and I'm expecting Chelsea to get the win. With either a 2-0 or a 2-1 win. Either we concede from a set piece or we, slightly surprisingly, keep a clean sheet in my opinion. Those are the two possible outcomes. And I'm just expecting Brighton to be pretty decent defensively. Hence why I'm not expecting us to score more than 2, possibly 3. But I think Brighton are too good defensively to just go into it saying, oh, I think we'll win 4-1 or 4-0 or whatever. I just don't see that happening. But I do, think we'll win. I don't think they'll necessarily score, or if so, from a set piece. Because Brighton aren't that good going forward either. Also seen by that 0-0 draw in their friendly against West Brom. But at the end of the day, all I can say is that I'm very, very much looking forward to it. It's a very late kickoff with only at 8:15 p.m. UK time on Monday night, of course. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Timo Werner in the Premier League, Kai Havertz in the Premier League. It's a shame that Hakim Ziyech is out and Thiago Silva won't feature and Ben Chilwell won't feature and Mondi won't be here yet. But I'm just so excited for it. I'm so excited for this upcoming season. I'm not expecting us to win the league. I'm not expecting us to even properly challenge. I'm expecting us to be better. And I'm expecting us to be... It just be a slightly more enjoyable season. Not that last season was bad at all, but I'm just expecting it to be even better. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope you guys are as well. And if you are, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our content this season. We'll have watch-alongs where fans still aren't allowed. We'll have obviously live reviews straight after the game. So make sure you tune in for those. And, plenty of other content around Chelsea, of course, as well. So make sure you subscribe for that. If you don't want to miss out on it, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you're excited for the season ahead, like I said in the beginning. And of course, leave me your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comment section below, whether it's your predicted 11s or your score predictions, all of it, let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's up to Chelsea, and I'll see you when I see you.